Yo, hey, what's up, guys? I got a new product in the other day, and I want to go ahead and share it with you. This product, guys, I'm pretty sure some of you seasoned collectors already know what it is, but some of you new comic book collectors out there, I want to give you a heads up and maybe a little tip on them regarding how to use or at least how to better organize your comic book collection, okay? Now, before I proceed, guys, there are only a teaspoon of videos out there or instructional videos about this product, which I'm going to go ahead and put a link in my description, kind of giving them a thank you to introducing this product to me. So I don't want to take full credit on, how to use this product or even, tips of what to do with it, because check out those two videos. They'll give you probably a really good explanation on how to put it together and how to use them. In my videos, guys, I want to touch base just on a few things that I noticed that they may have forgotten that may make this product a little easier. Now, I'm sure all of you are like, well, show us the damn thing, Rick. Okay. I hear you. Stop yelling. God. Here it is, guys. Bam. I purchased some new comic book boxes, basically. They're called drawer boxes, okay? I'll also put a link to their website in my description in case a lot of you are interested or don't know what they are. Basically, what they are, you no longer have to use these old boxes, which are right here, which require you to take off the top lid or pop the lid on the boxes in order to get to your comic books. These are exactly like drawers. Drawers you put your clothes in or items in. They're literally drawers, guys. And I'm pretty sure some of you have seen this. And for the ones that have not seen these drawer boxes, stay tuned because I'm going to show you what they really are. And this, guys, is one box. One complete box. It comes in 3 separate pieces. This is the outer box or the shell. That is the actual container which holds all of your comic books. And that's kind of like a sleeve, a middle sleeve that fits between both these boxes. And I'll show you what it actually does, but it's a really cool idea to have. I'm glad they have that because it allows for easier access when you slide out your drawer. And I'll show you why also in a bit. Now, when you purchase these boxes from Drawer Boxes, the company, you get 5 complete boxes in one order. Okay, I don't believe they do individual. If you just want to order 1 or 2 boxes, the minimum is 5, and that's just one set. You have to order 5. Those 5 boxes come in that one large box that you see right there in front of you. Excuse the mess, guys. My daughter, she's not here. She left with her mom and kind of just left everything in disarray. I apologize. But anyways, those 5 boxes are packed in that one large box. And the reason why I'm showing you that is because you don't have to worry. If you do order 5 boxes, you don't have to worry, oh, are they just going to bundle it up because they're white? Are they going to be stepped on? Is UPS going to kick them? Are they going to get dirty? No, because those 5 boxes, they're put together and inside that box for basically safe shipping. Now, when you order a box, when you order your 5 boxes, each set out of 3 pieces, they come with dividers, as you can see here. These little partitions, dividers, which allow you to, separate and organize your comic books. They can be removed, and once removed, they look like this. Okay, you have a little tab up top so you can write down, your favorite comic book title, the Hulk or Spider-Man, whatever it may be. You can write it there in marker. And these little slots, these little slits right here, as you can tell, there's one there and one there. They work in, they're basically compatible with another separate piece that you can purchase from Drawer Boxes. And I'll get to that in a sec. But one thing I do want to point out is these little dividers, guys, 4 of them come with each box. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. You get the point. I have wondered, hey, where do these come from? In the videos that I've seen, especially the 2 gentlemen that I'm talking about in my description below, I've noticed they had these dividers or these little partitions. And I'm like, where did they get them? Where do they come from? Do we have to order them separately? No, they're free. So you necessarily don't have to have that one divider or at least that one piece that slides in these slots, which I'll show you in a bit. You don't need that. You can actually use these to place inside your box. These fold, of course. And of course they sit inside your box, just like that, okay? And you can of course, you know, divide and separate your comic book collection. Well, that was a pretty cool idea, I thought, and I'll show you again. Just keep in mind, I'm going to show you in a bit what they're used for specifically. Now, the boxes, guys, like I said, they're pretty easy to put together, self-explanatory. They did come with instructions right here. But if you are like me and don't like reading instructions, those other two YouTubers basically inform you how to put this together. And like I said, it took me maybe, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes per each box. Pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory also. So let's go ahead and jump into the finished product. Okay, this is where I want to go ahead and show you what this middle or the sleeve is actually used for. Now each box, guys, can be connected to each other using these clips. Now what I mean by that is you can have a row, you can have a stack of these boxes, these drawer boxes, lined up, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, all in one row, and each box will be connected to each other using these clips, okay? Now these clips, guys, now don't worry, I'm getting to this. These clips basically go onto the side of the box here, and let me show you. Give me a second. Okay, and as you can tell, here they are. There's the two there, and then the two on the rear. Okay, now when you have them inside the box, guys, on the opposite end, I really hope this can pick it up. You see that there's two clips also. You see the actual end points or the heads of the clip. Now if you just had the box exactly like this and you went ahead and slipped the drawer into the box, your box will eventually bang against those clips and it will prevent you from closing, or at least closing the drawer all the way, because those clips will eventually either start tearing into the side of the box or be running into these little edges here. As you can tell, it's going to be a problem. So what Drawer Boxes, the company, what they did, they invented this sleeve. So what you do, you put it inside the middle of the, or you put it inside the box. Okay, and as you can see, that middle piece has been inserted into the box. And now you don't see those clips there. It's perfectly flush. Those clips are still plugged into the side of the box, as you can tell. When you slide in the drawer, there's not going to be any friction when going in or out of the actual box. Okay, so that's what the whole point of this middle sleeve is for. Alright, let's continue on. And here are 3 out of the 5 drawer boxes complete and filled with comic books. I still of course have 2 more to go. There's one right there, and of course one you saw in my living room that I still need to finish putting together. Now with these boxes, guys, they're much bigger, as you can tell, compared in size than your normal standard or at least Comic Defense. You can tell right there. I used to have my old Comic Book Defense boxes housing my comic books, but since the fact that I switched over to drawer boxes, I'm able to put closely to, I would say close to 200 comic books in one box, compared to maybe 150, 160 in the smaller boxes here. So that's a big bonus for me, guys, because these drawer boxes are literally replacing 5 of my Comic Book Defense boxes. And I'm pretty much sure I can fit all of my comics into 4 drawer boxes. I want to give you a heads up what to expect when you get these drawer boxes. There's a video out there, another YouTuber by Super Joe et al, I believe, Super Joe, and he did a really good 2-part video introducing these comic book drawer boxes. So I'm going to try not to repeat over what he mentioned, because it's pointless for me to give the same facts as what he did. But I do want to point out a couple things where I noticed, I don't want to say he missed out, but 2 cool facts that may interest all of you that don't really have these drawer boxes. 2 things that I found out that really helped me out. Number 1, he mentioned, and also I'm going to mention, that when you pull out these drawer boxes, or at least in this specific one, you'll notice that there's some empty space right there. Okay, these little dividers come in handy when it comes to organizing, of course, and separating your comic books. In this instance, I have this empty because when you slide out your drawer, let's do so right here, it hangs down, okay? And unfortunately, it does not pull out all the way. Well, it does, but you can't really let it hang down any further without it falling out. And plus, if you fill this drawer box completely 100% full of comic books, it's hard for you to get to those back ones, as you can tell. It's going to be difficult. So, in order to prevent that, you add a divider right here. This divider comes in handy, so when you don't pull out your drawer box all the way and it just hangs down, you don't have to worry about getting access to those comic books. And he pointed that out previously. But one thing, guys, I do want to point out is, in order to do this, in order to put these little tabs, he mentioned about rails. These rails right here, this one here, and one here. They allow you to put dividers into these slots, but they're not free. It's a really, really cool marketing scheme they have going on, because you can still use these dividers. You can use these without the rails, but you can't really hold or stand your comics as like I did right there. You can use them for place markers, of course, separating. If you have your whole box full, yeah, you can separate them like dividers with no problem. But in order for it to reinforce your comic book collection, you need these rails. These rails aren't really expensive, guys. I believe they're $2. Yes, they are $2 for a set of rails. 1, 2 is one set. And those are sold separately. Now, I only bought one set, guys, because I did want to try them out. I wanted to see how it worked. And yeah, not bad. But personally, guys, I'd rather prefer filling up my whole box with comic books, because this still gives you the option. Even though you have your comic books set in these drawer boxes, you have the option to, of course, let it hang. Or you can remove the whole box with ease. I'm not going to do so right now because I have a camera in my one hand and I won't be able to pull out a box and support it without it dropping with only one hand. And yes, those are scissors on the floor. Anyways, guys, so my point here is you have two options. You can do it this way, or you can fill up the box 100% to give you more room, which is cool. You have two options. You're not really stuck with one. Now, the other point that I do want to mention, guys, was a really cool tip. I don't think Joe noticed this, but Super Joe. But when you open up a box, when you get this drawer handle, one thing that bothered me specifically is, of course you can see the title or sometimes the comic book cover in this little hole, of course. And that bothered me because, fingernails or just your nails puncturing or going into that, jabbing into that little hole can eventually cause creases or dents, or you can just get grease on your Mylar or poly bags. That just bothered me. So what I did was I used one of these dividers. I trimmed off these edges, of course. I just trimmed them off or pulled them off. And I slipped this divider right in the front. So if you look here, let's see if you can pull it. I have a divider right there. And that allows me, or gives extra protection from worrying about, puncturing or pushing too hard. Because sometimes, you want to get your drawer and it won't come out and you push too hard. You don't want to dent your first comic book cover. You don't want to dent that. So I put a little protection there. And that's just one of my points. Other than that, guys, I've had no problems with it. I love it. It's just with me, unfortunately, because of my little comic book shelf here, I was really hoping to put four boxes on each shelf, but they're so wide, guys. They're, like I said, the size dimension It's much bigger, much wider, and I would say maybe a little longer than any standard comic book box. As you can tell here, especially if you use these comic book defenses, you can tell. So if you have specific storage dimensions or storage cabinets that you hope that you house your box in, and you're thinking, well, I may end up switching to these drawer boxes, just keep in mind, or hit me up or somebody else that has these drawer boxes. If you want specific dimensions, I don't mind giving them to you. But as you can tell, they're much longer, they're wider. Let's see, so you have that, and then of course, let's do it with the cover. There we go. And there's a standard box with the cover, and you can still see it's taller, it's still wider, and put it upside down. See? So there is a big difference in size. So guys, if you're looking for direct or specific dimensions on these boxes, hit me up, let me know. I don't mind giving them to you, but just keep in mind, they're going to be much bigger. And when I first bought these, I was kind of, in the dark thinking, okay, well, yeah, I can fit 4 of them in here. It didn't work. So yeah, I really hope this video made sense, guys. I didn't want to touch on a lot of subjects that have already been discussed. There's no point for me of redoing great videos that actually talked about these drawer boxes. It's just I notice on YouTube there aren't a lot of videos talking about these, and they are great additions to any comic book collection. With these boxes, it literally eliminates the need of having to stack your comic book boxes on top of each other and worrying about, oh man, do I ever need to get to the bottom box again? Well, if I ever need to get to the bottom box with 3 or 4 of them on top, I got to remove all the ones on top just to get to the bottom one. I hope you're following me. This way you can stack these new drawer boxes. You can stack them one on top of another and not have to worry about, oh, I got to remove all of them. You can just simply slide out the drawers, as you can tell. Slide them out. Close them again with ease, with no problem. So that's just one of my recommendations, guys. Hopefully one of my tips that you want to take a look at, especially you avid comic book collectors that have a million of these boxes. So as you can tell, guys, I still have a lot of moving to do, a lot of organizing. I'm probably going to drop these shelves a bit because, again, size, I wasn't considering size and length, and they don't fit in the other shelves. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, hit me up, let me know. In the meantime, take a look at my description below. In my description, I'll put links, actual URLs of the other videos on YouTube, the other YouTube members. Because like I said, there's a lot I didn't touch base on, and these other 2 members that did videos, they can help you out too. I didn't want to be, selfish and take all the credit. I'll give credit where it's due, and these 2 guys did an excellent job. So, thanks guys for watching. Peace!